The Kv-1 with his very powerful weapon and powerful armor that proved to be invincible against all German weapons. Hello everyone, this is Sapphire, and I teach history through gaming. And if you do like this type of content, do not like and subscribe, and do not turn the notification bell on. I dare you. As everyone is going to the same conclusion that having a multi-turreted tank does not clearly work, and such is a design failure like T-35. Like, if the Americans has 7 machine guns on their one tank, the Soviets has 5 turrets in a single tank. Anyway, the Soviets have decided to clearly replace the T-35 as the T-35 is a complete failure, and amongst the tanks that compete for production, the Kv-1. Get it? So, the SMK is one of the most prominent tank out there, and there's with the variant of the SMK with only one turret. And as you know, that's the Kv-1 itself. So, the 1939 model is around 45 tons with a long hull of 6.75 meters that proves the tank to be very long, as you can see in the video. And the Kv-1 as well has also a very powerful gun and armor for the time. And the Kv-1 saw combat in the winter that proved highly hard to penetrate anti-tank weapons. The Kv tanks, along with the T-100 and the SMK, were deployed in the Winter War to test its combat readiness or combat situation, and amongst the 3 tanks, the Kv-1 outperforms the 2 other tanks, and so the Soviets ordered 50 units for the Winter War. As the war rages on, the Finnish is getting better and better fortifications, and the Soviets is having a harder time to destroy each bunkers. So what they did is they ordered a tank with a large howitzer to be put up on the Kv-1, and thus 2 variants is created. The Malenkaya Bazhenka, or the Little Turret Kv, or it's just the Kv-1, and the Bolgia Bajnia, which is the Big Turreted Kv, or what's more known as the Kv-1 and the Kv-2. The Kv-2 with its 150mm worked very well in destroying bunkers, as the Kv tank somehow manages to destroy the fortifications. As the Winter War is done, the next looming threat is on the horizon. Germany invaded the Soviet Union in the 1940, or what's known as the Operation Barbarossa. As the first encounter of the Germans with the Kv-1 is horrifying, as one will describe, and in this stage of the war, the Kv tanks were proved to be a lot more stronger than any tanks in Germany can provide at the time. Heck, they don't even have an anti-tank gun that can penetrate the Kv's armor. So, in the Battle of Rasenai, which is basically a single Kv-1 or 2, as sources vary, delayed the German army and have to locate a huge amount of resource, as 4 anti-tank guns is disabled by the Kv-1 gun as well, and the mighty 88 anti-air gun is also disabled, as it was only destroyed by combat engineer placing satchels on the tank and following with grenades on the hatches. The Kv tank proved to be unpenetrable for many more months to come, as what the Germany only did is basically disable the tank, like just track the tank or destroy the track of the tank, then ignore the tank, because honestly destroying the Kv unit is very hard. So what they did is just basically destroy the track, basically disabling the tank from going for their own and isolating it from the rest of its allies. With the arrival of the Panthers and the King Tigers and Tigers, the Kv-1 seems a lot useless, and so we have to talk about the downsides of the Kv-1. Despite being a famous tank of the Kv-1, it's not honestly a very good tank, as well as because the number one problem, or there's tons of problems with the Kv-1, but the number one of the problem is the vision state is very horrible, especially the driver's side, because the driver's side is made out of poor laminated glass, which is proved to be blurred out most of the time, and if you're the driver, you want to see everything, right? Like, just imagine you're driving a car and you can't see a thing. You understand the point, right? And the vision periscope sucks as well because it has only a limited traverse. So not only what you can see is very blurred out, you can see very much limited things. The problem is not only limited to the driver of the Kv-1, the commander also is the problem itself because the commander is also the loader of the tank, which is not very good as well because the commander is not thinking of the game plan most of the time as the commander has to reload the gun as well, and the 76 gun of the KV is not much of a difference with the cheaper and faster T-34. Although the T-34 has also a lot of problems itself, and the T-34 honestly deserves its own video, and I'll probably do that in the next week or I don't know. But the advantage of having the T-34 compared to the Kv-1 because the T-34 is cheaper to manufacture and a lot more faster. And the Kv-1 is very expensive, a lot more problems than the T-34 if I'm correct, and hard to manufacture as well. So the T-34 can honestly replace the Kv-1 in almost every aspect. And not only Kv-1 is proved to be unreliable as well, and not to mention expensive to make, as I said, they did try to upgrade the Kv-1, but it's not much of a better as all of the problems are. I mean, there's the Kv-1S which is proved honestly very good. And fortunate and the problems are still technically there. Unfortunately, that's all we have to talk about the Kv-1. As this is Sapphire, goodbye.